In 1981, a group of individuals from the UK water industry founded WaterAid. Its mission was simple: to help bring safe, clean water and sanitation to the world's poorest people.
WaterAid, it was a great unknown. The world was our oyster then. The need was what we'd assessed, and that the need was obvious. Over 2 billion people without water and 2.5 or 3 billion without sanitation.
From our first project in Sierra Leone, we grew rapidly and established our first country programme in Zambia. By 1985, we were working in Asia too.
This was the water industry's charity, and what they decided to do, that with every WaterAid bill, they would enclose a little pamphlet on WaterAid with a little bit telling you how to contribute at the bottom. And the public responded magnificently, and still do.
Our annual income exceeded £1 million for the first time in 1987. Just 2 years later, it was more than double that. In 1990, we launched country programmes in Nepal and Bangladesh. And by 1991, we'd reached over 1 million people with life-changing, safe water. And His Royal Highness Prince Charles became WaterAid's first president. In 1994, we became one of the official charities at the Glastonbury Festival.
I think WaterAid is an absolutely fantastic charity, and it talks about two basic things. Everybody's got the right to a tap, everybody's got the right to a toilet. Can't be simpler than that.
And in 1994, we began our advocacy work with a report called Mega Slums: The Coming Sanitary Crisis.
From the first, we really saw WaterAid as a charity, an NGO that could demonstrate that small projects on the ground worked, and then build on that to influence others, what we've come to call advocacy. Certainly in those very early days, we never foresaw that we would be able to persuade governments of some countries to write water and sanitation policies.
By 1999, we were working in 13 of the world's poorest countries.
WaterAid was delighted when the world signed up to the Millennium Development Goals. We weren't so happy that sanitation wasn't included, and we lobbied hard for that to be embodied in the goals, and by 2002 that happened.
By 2004, we had new offices in the US and Australia, and we'd moved to the Pacific region with programmes in Papua New Guinea and Timor-Leste. In 2009, we launched our global strategy, with targets to help 25 million more people across 30 countries by 2015.
WaterAid's got a really ambitious global strategy, 25 million people gaining access to services and 100 million more through our influencing work. We think that globally we're going to have to raise about £100 million or the equivalent, and that's a big step up for us. Fundraising is critically important, not just in the UK but also in our country programmes and also with our WaterAid members in America, in Australia and in Sweden. The public are really incredibly important to us because they're helping us in raising those valuable funds but also in influencing the political agenda as well.
In the past 5 years, we have opened programmes in Angola, Kenya, Laos, Lesotho, Liberia, Niger, Rwanda, Sierra Leone and Swaziland.
here for the 2.6 billion people around the world. That's nearly 40% of the world's population who don't have access to a safe toilet.
We're trying to bring attention to a forgotten public health crisis. What we want is that we want our political leaders to start taking this issue a bit more seriously.
Akali kunyonyoka kuti nthaliye kuti athe kusasa pepe noso numazuvani kutoka bamenda ahwahwe turasamba kumgajindi liminira kwa winda hindi yotatu.
And we have reached almost 16 million people with safe water and over 11 million with sanitation. Thank you for your support over the past 30 years. We couldn't have done it without you. Of course, there is still a lot to be done, and your help is as vital as ever.